The wedding industry is a complete scam. I'm like very stressed out. I'm so tired. Hey you guys, welcome back to Ash on the Line. We got engaged back in July. It was beautiful. I love him so much. I'm so excited. However, it's just so stressful just to think about, even when you're not doing like a full-fledged wedding, how much things can cost. I know there's the show Bridezilla that really like goes, in depth of the stress of like a wedding. I wouldn't even call myself a bridezilla. Until today, I was definitely giving bridezilla today. I'm excited to be married. I'm excited to spend the rest of my life with my fiance, future husband. That's not the issue. The issue is just like planning for everything. As much money as everything costs, and like every day it's something. This is just my opinion, take it with a grain of salt or whatever. The wedding industry is a complete scam. I don't think I'm ever gonna not believe that. While yes, a wedding can be like so much fun. I know we're gonna have a great time. I know it's gonna be a blast. Ew, I f***ed it up. Damn it. I'm not doing this. I'm not. The past 2 months, I've probably spent the most money that I've ever spent in like 2 months' time. Outside of like, a car or something like that. It's just like crazy to me how fast it can add up. We're not even doing like a full-fledged wedding. We're literally going to Vegas. And the reason why we decided Vegas was because my mom, she told me about this wedding planner, right? The wedding planner, she has like really fair prices. So I'm like, okay, awesome. Like, if we can find it for cheaper, Literally, I was on the phone with this woman for like 2 hours. And I was writing down everything that she said, right? Anything that I said I wanted, she would tell me that that's not traditional. That's not like what people usually do. So originally, we were just thinking that it would just be me and my fiance. We didn't want to have to go through the whole thing of like, picking. He was going to have like four groomsmen and I would want like 8 bridesmaids. So we were like, okay, well, it could just be us. Like, we don't need to have a party. And the wedding planner, she was like quoting us really fair prices. We don't want to do a wedding party. I told her that up front. She goes, do you have any siblings? Does he have any siblings? I'm like, yeah, I have a brother and a sister, and he has a brother and a sister. She's like, oh, well, why don't you get your sister to stand up there with you, and then he can get his brother to stand up there with him. Okay, I guess, sure. So, we're talking more, and then she was like, now, do you have a flower girl? And my fiance, he's like, well, I really want my sister to be in it. And I was like, oh, okay, well, she could just be the flower girl, that way she's like in it. And then the wedding planner is all like, oh, well, typically flower girls are under the age of 12. This isn't going to be a typical wedding, ma'am. I was writing down everything she was saying, and then towards the end of the call, I just kind of like stopped writing. Why did she literally ask me, are you writing this down? Are you writing this down? Like, I didn't like say anything to her, but I was literally like talking to my fiance and just like, this is too much. Why are we even doing all of this? And then he kept telling me, well, hey, let's just do Vegas. Let's just do Vegas. She was saying how things are supposed to be. Because, okay, I get that the flower girl is supposed to be under 12, but if that's not what we want, why are you pushing it? So then she was like, do you have a niece? Does he have a niece? And I was like, yeah, I have like triplet nieces. And he has like 2 nieces, and like it would feel wrong, if I just pick one of my nieces when they're triplets, or if he just picked one of his nieces when there's 2 of them. So I was like, well, we want all of them to stand up there. And she's like, no, that's not typical, because whenever they go down the aisle, it's custom that they like stand up there with you. And I'm just like, they could just sit down. And she was like, no, they have to stay up there with you. And I'm just like, and then she was saying something about a candle. There has to be like, I don't know, a candle lighting ceremony, and then just like catering, and then matron of honor. I don't know. It was just a lot. But she was nice. Like, she was willing to be like, hey, if your sister doesn't have like a dress, I have like a black bridesmaid dress that she could wear. She was giving us the hookup, but it was just so much. It's supposed to be what we want, and then to have this woman telling us how things should be versus how we want it. So then we were kind of thinking on it more, and then he was saying, let's just do Vegas. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I call the wedding planner the next day and I'm like, hey, we don't want to do like a big wedding anymore. We'll just go to Vegas. She was like, oh, so you decided to go the cheap route. The honeymoon is like most important to us. We put the most money into that, but we also are putting a lot of money into the reception. We're putting a lot of money into Vegas as well, because we bought like a suite, and you know, my dress is like, you'll see, it's fire. The dress looks so good. I just didn't like that she was just overly trying to like do it how she wanted, as if it was her wedding when it's clearly our wedding. So there was that. And then you just have people that like, I'll use me as an example. I like going to weddings because weddings are fun. You get free food, you get to hang out, you get to be around love. It's a good time. I think a lot of people like that too, but now I'm kind of like seeing the other side of how difficult it is to like plan, or having people that are just kind of like inviting themselves. Like, if I didn't invite you, why are you like, I'll be there? You know, like, I don't know. I find that annoying. We have to feed like 100 people, and then here you are inviting yourself. I just find it very stressful just trying to manage like other people's expectations and things like that. But I bought this really cute dress for the honeymoon. I'm gonna try it on. What do you think? I thought it would be cute for when we like go to dinner or something. I'll have people that are like, they offer to help, but it's like everything I need help with, I kind of have to do myself, you know? Like, I have to buy certain stuff outside of like, you know, help me decorate. Like, that'll take some pressure off for sure. But like, you know, buying stuff, setting up invitations, or like just things like that. And I'm ready to just be done with all of this. And then it's like, I'll tell people that my wedding dress is black, and they're just like, oh my God, oh, your wedding dress is black? Oh my God, that's not, usually wedding dresses are white. I know what color traditional wedding dresses are, okay? I didn't want to do that. It's been like a long journey, and I'm happy that, you know, we're about a month away. So I'm hoping things will finally like, you know, calm down, but it's just so stressful, like finally like getting there. I'm gonna have the bachelorette party here, and then we're doing the honeymoon on a cruise. There's still like a lot to plan, just with like the reception and with the bachelorette party, and even with like Vegas, people asking like, hey, what are we gonna do? What's the itinerary? I don't know. I'm sorry, I just don't know. And I feel bad, but I'm like, I'm trying to like keep it together. People are asking like, oh, well, what's like, do you have a registry? So I had to create like a whole registry with the Facebook invites. You know, we gotta like set those up, address, put the itinerary on there, times everything starts, you know, if we want to go see like different shows in Vegas or things like that. And then like figuring out what we wanted to do for the reception. You know, there was this vendor that I wanted to like kind of go through, but they weren't as professional as I thought they would be. So we're doing like a different vendor, but to feed 100 people for like, I think it's like a taco bar with chips and queso, it's like $1,500 altogether. And with refried beans too. That doesn't even include the rice. If I get rice with it, that's an extra $200. So it's just like crazy. And like, you know, I'm fortunate to have my fiance. He has been like, you know, helping a lot, because this is our wedding. But it just makes me realize that the wedding is like really mainly for the bride. It's like we have all this stuff, and like, I'm so tired. And then just like, you know, how am I gonna do hair? What kind of shoes am I gonna get? And like, I wanted to get some shoes from Passion Footwear, but I have a really bad case of plantar fasciitis. I had to buy like 4 pair of wedges because we're going to be in Vegas. Apparently wedges are like the only thing I can wear that doesn't really like hurt my feet right now. The bachelorette party was like its own fiasco. Hold on one second. Okay, so this is like option 1 for the reception. I wish I wasn't so short. That's what I was talking about, the bachelorette party fiasco. Originally, I was planning to do Dallas, right? I was really excited for it. But then things just kept happening. Like, I could not find a good Airbnb. I sent out all the information, how much I thought everything would cost and stuff. And a lot of people were just like, well, you know, I'm only staying one night, so I'll probably just get like my own hotel and just come hang out. And that's fine. But it was just like driving the price up if not as many people are staying. And then it wasn't even just that. It was like the fact that they have like so many rules when you like get a Vrbo or an Airbnb, there's so many rules, and I understand why there's rules, because people are probably like having crazy parties, so they like shut that down. But a lot of the neighborhoods would be like, well, this is a quiet area, so we don't want to have, you know, any parties going on. And like, I was purposely looking for Airbnbs that had like pools, because I wanted to drive to Dallas one night, stay at the pool, and then the other night go out. There was one guy, he was saying that he doesn't really like parties and stuff, so I just reached out to him and I was like, hey, you know, I want to have my bachelorette party here. And he was like, what do you plan on doing at this bachelorette party, because I need to know, because this is a quiet neighborhood, and blah blah blah. I didn't even respond. And then there was this other lady, how she had it decorated was like purposely for like bachelorette parties, but she could only allow 5 cars. Like, that's all. You could only have 5 cars at the place. Like, you know, so many people were like driving by themselves and stuff. And like, I thought it would be like an SUV of like 8 of us. But a lot of the people were just like, I'll just drive myself, you know. So that it turned out it would really just be like me and my cousin. And I was just like, I'm not about to rent like a car just for the 2 of us. That Airbnb, she only allowed for like 6 cars at the most. And she was like, if there's any more cars, you guys are gonna have to carpool from the Walmart that's like a minute away. And I was like, I am not about to have people carpooling from Walmart, like, no. So that wasn't an option. And then just the rest of them, you know, they either like didn't respond to my like message, or they were just like, well, this is a quiet area. And like, you know, some of them even have, it's like a noise decibel checker basically. So if you're being too loud, then it'll like, it doesn't like record you, but it records like the level, like the volume. It'll like notify the host that you're being too loud, and then they'll like basically issue you a warning or whatever. But yeah, I couldn't really find an Airbnb, and then but I was just like, forget it. So I'm basically doing my bachelorette party here in the city now. Ooh, look how cute these are. I don't really know like a lot of married people to know about like the stress of like a wedding and stuff, but I'm honestly more excited for the honeymoon and just like being married to my honey than I am about the wedding. And I know it'll be fun. I am still excited, but I'm more excited just to be able to relax, and I'm tired of being busy every day like I've been here lately. Ooh, I do really like these shoes. I'm gonna say no to the dress though. I don't really like this dress like that. It looked better online. I need help taking this off. This is so cute. I really like it. Definitely more my style than that other, whatever the hell that was. I don't know. But yeah, this is so nice. You know how much each one of these were? They were like $100 each. I think this one was like $118. The other one was like $100. It's like dragging on the ground, and there's like nothing I can do about it. I don't know. Maybe I'll see if my grandma can hem it for me. Say whenever you call and you want to book a wedding venue, right? I swear, if you call a place and tell them that you want to have a wedding there, they're going to charge you twice as much. If it's a wedding venue, they're going to charge you twice as much, versus when it's just like an event center, it's like you can get it for like the low. But if it's a wedding, they're going to charge the hell out of you. Like, I don't like that. I think that's like fake as hell. We were looking at like elopement packages that allows like family, and we'll just have like close family there. Tell me why the first place they charged $500, but you could only bring 10 people, and that didn't even include like a cake or anything. That was literally just for the ceremony, and that probably didn't even include the marriage license. Tell me why they raise it to $1,000 if you want to have like a cake, and you have to bring the cake. You have to bring the cake and the silverware and stuff and the plates and all that. They don't supply it, and I think you can bring like 5 more people and have this cake. And I'm just like, that's freaking ridiculous. How are you going to charge me to bring my own cake? So much that I still have to do. I'm like very stressed out. And then my ringy is in the shop getting resized. Every time I go to like the place where my fiance got his ring, they're like hella rude to me, to where like this last time that I went and I came in and I was like, hey, I need to get these rings resized. I don't know, I could just tell that she was really just like brushing me off. Every time I come in there, they give me attitude. So this time I told myself like basically I'm not about to take no, you know? So like I come in there and I'm just like, hi, like I just want to like, you know, see about if I can get my ring size. She's like, they have to be under warranty. I'm like, yeah, they are under warranty. She was getting an attitude with me, so I was getting an attitude back. Just flat out said it, and I was like, you know, every time I come in here, y'all are rude. And then she just like looked back at me, like she was like, okay, so let's get your rings. And then she started being like real nice after that, going like above and beyond. You're only being nice because I called you out on it. My fiance spent like a good chunk of change on my ring and my band, and you're sitting up here acting like I'm like some hoe off the street that's like trying to get some free ring sizing or something, you know? There was that incident, and then the time before, this little like giggly ass girl, like I guess I didn't fully understand what she was talking about, and she like kept laughing at me. And at first it was like hee hee ha ha, but then she started like, you know how you could just tell someone's trying to like make you look bad in front of somebody else? Like that's really what it was giving. So I kind of got like an attitude with her. And then the time before that, they'll be so nice to my good looking handsome ass fiance, but to me you got like so much, let me be like a to you or something. Like I don't know, like this is crazy. Honeymoon, we literally spent like $8,800 so far. That's for like a 7-day cruise and our beverage packages. Tell me why our beverage packages were almost like $600 each. That's crazy, right? But it's on this really, really, really nice cruise line. We wanted to like spend most of the money on the honeymoon because that's for us. You know, it seems like, you know, Vegas is for us too, the reception's for us, but that's more also catered to like family. And a lot of couples that have been together a while have even been saying, you know, spend most of your money on the honeymoon because that's when like, you know, you guys will get to, you know, just spend more time together as like a married couple. And I'm very, very excited, don't get me wrong, but it's just been very, very stressful dealing with everything. I think the biggest misconception about getting married is that people think once you get married that everything's going to change, that you're just going to live happily ever after like in the movies, when in reality I don't expect anything to change, and I don't really want anything to change. Like, you know, me and my fiance live together and it's been like really great. I expect the only thing that will change after we're married is my last name, and then, you know, we'll wear rings and it's pretty much going to be the same. I don't think it has to be as complicated as people think it is, like as people make it. I don't know, I don't understand also how like some women will say that like marriage is a big commitment, but then they'll have like a child with someone out of wedlock. Like if you're married and it doesn't work out, you can divorce. If you're together and you have a kid and it doesn't work out, you still have to like see that person all the time, you know? That's basically my thoughts. But look, more shoes. Oh, I bought a white pair. You gotta have some comfy shoes in Vegas. Yeah, I like these. These are cute. Okay, and here's the black pair. Yeah, I bought like a lot of, not gonna lie. Look at this. I thought it was so cute. Wife of the party. Ah! And then I got this one. This is bride, but yeah, I thought that was cute too. And then I bought this dress. I like this. This is so cute. I thought I could wear this to like, if we go to dinner, like on the cruise. I can't even see. I know this video is kind of all over the place. I've been really stressed out, so just thank you for listening. It's nice to just like be able to vent, and it's just about what's going on, how I'm feeling, and also, you know, do some little unboxings and things. So I've been going through so much, probably like the last 6 months. I feel a little better. So if you have any words of encouragement or advice, or, you know, just anything, what you think about the outfits or just whatever, let me know down below in the comments. Thank you so much for watching this video, especially if you made it to the end. If you did, do me a favor and please leave me a like and a comment, and also double check to make sure you're subscribed. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.